Miss Wheelchair Kansas organization. Rebecca Branham was a part of the past Miss Wheelchair Kansas contestant and longtime committee member. She had a passionate commitment to this organization that went above and beyond. Now, this award in her honor goes to a person or group who shows that same true commitment to Miss Wheelchair Kansas and its mission. Now, in order to present this award, I would like to welcome Miss Wheelchair Kansas State Coordinator, Carrie Greenberg, to the stage.
Thank you, Lindsay. All right, so I am honored to be presenting this award to this year's recipient. And this year, our winner has been somewhat of a secret. So the person receiving this today actually has no idea that they're about to come on stage right now. So telling you, all you out there, you're eligible. Are you scared? When I think of someone who has a belief and a passion for this organization, I definitely think of this person. And she may not have been involved with Miss Wheelchair Kansas for that many years, but she truly is one of our most important volunteers. And I honestly can't imagine a Miss Wheelchair Kansas weekend without her being a part of it. And so I am so glad that she has been with us for the past 2 days as well. With that said, I would like to announce that this year's Rebecca Branham Award goes to Miss Tammy Austin. Okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Tammy here. So Tammy originally got involved in Miss Wheelchair Kansas when her niece Ariana, who is also here today, became Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2018, and Tammy supported her niece and the Little Miss program in many ways throughout Ariana's reign, of course. But her dedication did not end that year. Tammy has continued to volunteer her time, her resources, her ideas, and her connections with the Miss Wheelchair Kansas organization. She volunteered at our weekend event in 2019 and 2020, helping with Little Miss activities and also directing parts of our crowning ceremony, as she has been doing today as well. Tammy has helped decorate for our crowning. She's helped clean up after the event. She has worked with our other volunteers. She's just truly done so much more. And Tammy and her husband have also donated financially with gift bag items, auction items. I mean, there's just so much that she has done. This year, Tammy has once again been giving of her time by serving on our event committee that has been helping to plan this weekend. She's been helping with our Little Miss activities. Of course, you've seen her running around this room. She's just done so many things, and she truly deserves this. And I will tell you guys that Tammy and I, we talked over a week ago, and we were just kind of planning for this, getting ready for it. And she literally said, you know, whatever you need, I'll help with whatever you need. And that's who she is, and that's why she is always willing to help. She is always not only willing to help, but she does it with a smile on her face, which I think is fantastic as well. Dedicated volunteers mean the world to us, and Tammy is definitely at the top of that list. So thank you for everything. Thank you for caring about this organization. Thank you for supporting us in so many ways. And you are an important part of this family. So I hope you know that, and I hope that you'll stick with us for many, many years to come. So I'm going to see if you would like to say anything.
I would just like to say that anybody who gets a chance that wants to help support this organization, you should really do it. It is like a family, just like what Carrie said. And for my niece, I think this organization has really helped her develop as a real strong woman. she's gonna be a senior in high school next year, and there's a lot of things that she wouldn't have probably thought to do or try without being a part of this organization. And so for me, that's my motivation to stay involved. And then all of the wonderful people, Carrie Sunday got us involved in it, and then with Allison Merriam as her mentor, it just has meant so much. And they always come through when anytime Ari has surgeries or anything like that, they come around and put their arms around us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tammy. And I gotta say, great to put a face to the name because we are always mentioning something about Tammy in our board meetings. So I'm so glad to see the face behind the name. Well, thank you and congratulations. Well, we are now going to transition into the Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas portion of our ceremony. The young ladies involved with this program prove that you don't have to be an adult to be a leader or a role model. Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas has become an important addition to the Miss Wheelchair Kansas organization. It takes this organization to the next level by creating mentoring relationships that build tomorrow's leaders. 7 years ago, Rory Shaver encouraged Miss Wheelchair Kansas to begin recognizing the younger generation by creating a Little Miss program. Rory was no stranger to the Miss Wheelchair world, as her mom, Angel, over here, served as Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2013. Rory has interacted with various Little Miss Wheelchair title holders from other states and thought that Kansas should have their very own title holder. So in 2015, Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas was born. There are approximately 8 other states who have a Little Miss Wheelchair representative within their Miss Wheelchair program, and Kansas is honored to be a part of that group. So, Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas recognizes young girls ages 5 to 12 who are wheelchair mobile, dynamic, spirited, positive, and who have something to say to their people and the state. Now, each year, one girl is picked from a pool of contestants to serve as the Little Miss title holder. Now, whoever is chosen works along with our Miss Wheelchair Kansas title holder to empower and educate people of all ages. She is expected to attend various events, share her story, serve as an example for other youth with disabilities, and empower Kansans through her positive attitude. The Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas program is growing every year, and today we are crowning our 7th title holder. Now, in 2015, Delaney Murphy of Ottawa was given the honorary position of Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2015, and 4 Little Miss title holders followed in the years after that. Aubrey May, Sophia Beers, Ariana Hutchinson, and O.E. Barr. Now, if any of our previous Little Miss title holders are here, please raise your hand and wave. O.E. passed her title on to Elizabeth Einwich of Bel Air. So before we introduce our new title holder of this year, we would like to take a minute to celebrate our Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2020-2021, Isabel Einwich. Isabel has attended many Miss Wheelchair Kansas crownings prior to becoming the title holder, so it was very exciting last year to officially welcome her to the Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas family. Little did she know that she would actually hold the title for 2 years due to, I think it's called COVID. Now, Isabel jumped at the chance to have more time to make an impact. While the last 2 years had their challenging moments, Isabel definitely made an impact. In the last 2 years, she has blossomed into quite the leader. She has attended various in-person and virtual events and has been mentored by Hillary Garrett, Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2020-2021. Some notable things that Isabel did in the last 2 years include delivering supplies to the Ronald McDonald House in Wichita, serving as a model in the Kansas Miss Amazing Fashion Show fundraiser, and serving as a judge at the Miss 4th of July pageant. She also attended the Wichita Adaptive Leadership Boot Camp. Isabel even coordinated and hosted a virtual slumber party for Little Miss title holders from across the nation, not just the state. So if that doesn't show you the kind of leader that she is, then I don't know what will. You're doing a lot at your age. Love it. She has had a full 2 years of new experiences, exposure to all kinds of people, and sharing her positive and determined spirit with people across the state. Isabel has pushed through many challenges in these last couple of years, and even a few challenges to be here this weekend, but she continues to show us all what true strength is. So Isabella is a leader, and she will no doubt continue to make an impact on this world. Now, we know that she will be a fantastic role model for our new little miss. She is a role model to all of us. So with that said, right now, we would like to congratulate and celebrate this young, amazing woman. That is. And at this time, please join me in welcoming Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2020-2021, Isabel Iwich. What you've been doing for this past 2 years? All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabel Iwich. I am glad to see so many smiling faces through our masks today. Being Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas for these past 2 years has been a wonderful opportunity. I'm very thankful for being able to participate in this experience, and I would like to express my appreciation and thank Miss Carrie and the board for this opportunity to be able to make an impact, and now I know that I can do whatever I put my mind to. COVID did play an interesting impact in my 2 years as title holder, but we found a way to adapt and see it as a new experience. I think my experience has been unique in that most of the events I participated in needed to be virtual. One of these events was a Christmas carol, and I performed my own little song in Spanish. This was the inspiration for me to create my own little event to meet with other Little Miss title holders around the United States and turn it into a fun little slumber party on Zoom. My mom and I sent them packages of activities, and we really enjoyed being able to interact and talk about our experiences. I don't think that we would have been able to meet so many others around the U.S. if there was not a pandemic going on. During my reign, I learned that my school, which is pretty old, was raising money to build pickleball courts in the recess area. I knew that the existing playground area was not wheelchair accessible, so I began to wonder if I would be able to enjoy the new pickleball courts. So I asked the principal about this and found out that they hadn't really thought about that issue. This was the inspiration for me to help the recess field become more ADA compliant for present and future wheelchair-bound students. In order to help raise funds, I created a video to help bring in more donations for both the pickleball court and to help the school install sidewalks and a crosswalk so that kids in wheelchairs can have fun with everyone else outside. Before I made that request, I could actually not participate in recess activities and just sat in a room reading during recess time. With the help of my family, friends, and my fellow students, we were able to raise enough money so that we could install both the crosswalk and sidewalks. We raised close to $10,000, and the school was able to install the crosswalks, the sidewalk, and the 2 pickleball courts to help make recess fun and accessible. Before this endeavor, they were only planning to install 1 court and no additional wheelchair access. I was pretty pumped up that I was partially responsible for this added accessibility for me, as well as for future wheelchair-bound students. I'm not going to say that I didn't have some setbacks these past 2 years because, well, that would be lying. Ever since becoming Little Miss, I've had a total of 13 surgeries and different hospitalizations. That was quite an experience, let me tell you. I'm very fortunate that my parents were able to help me through those medical challenges, but I've never let that stop me from both doing schoolwork and attending different board meetings to update my progress as Little Miss. I know that many people have had a lot of challenges dealing with the pandemic, but I can tell you that generous support from family, friends, and teachers allowed me to keep a positive attitude as I continue on my life path. With that help, I can only have a positive outlook for my future. Leslie, I cannot wait to see how much you achieve and how far your dreams will take you. Always remember that there is no harm in standing up for what you believe in, and that you can do whatever you put your mind to when you believe in a positive outcome. This experience has broadened my horizons in more ways than I ever could have imagined, and I hope you experience the same. Good luck, Leslie, and don't forget to enjoy this, because the memories are.
Isabel, our new Little Miss. So it is time to announce the new Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas. So this year, the Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas program received 1 nomination, and we are so excited to learn about this determined, active young lady from Valley Center. Leslie Lane was nominated by her mom, Raven. Now, Raven has said about Leslie that she does not allow anyone or anything to stop her from achieving anything. Leslie is a fighter, a believer, and is always an achiever. After having Leslie involved in our weekend, we can definitely see this persistent and positive attitude. So let me tell you a little bit more about Leslie. Leslie Lane is a young lady who could be best described as dedicated. She is dedicated to the things that she is involved in and dedicated to succeeding no matter what obstacles she faces in life. Leslie lives in Valley Center and is 12 years old and is a 6th grader at Valley Center Middle School. She has spina bifida since birth, as well as club feet and hydrocephalus. Hopefully I said that right. Okay, thank you. Now Leslie is active in the choir at school, and outside of school she enjoys basketball and is on the Youth Wildfire wheelchair basketball team through Wichita Adaptive Sports. When she grows up, Leslie hopes to be a professional basketball player or a hairstylist. Why not both? Leslie is described as smart, persistent, dedicated, a hard worker, and patient. While she has had some challenges, Leslie always proves to people that she is going to live a full, active life. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2022, Leslie Lane. Lovely red. Now, would you like to say anything? Okay.
Okay, so I would just like to say that I am very thankful that I got into this organization.
You're gonna talk right or you won't.
There you go.
Hello, everyone. So I just have a few things that I'd like to say and some people that I would like to thank. But let me just first say, what a wild past 2 years this has been. I know that many of you would agree with me on that. I know that many of us have had or have felt a sense of unpredictability and even possibly fear in these last 2 years. But it feels so good to gather with all of you and celebrate something so positive today. Today is about celebrating life. It is about achievement. It's about embracing exactly who you are and using your unique abilities that you have as a strength. Thank you so much to every single one of you in this room that is here. Thank you for wearing masks and helping keep all of us safe. I do want to say that I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting our organization and for recognizing the importance of empowering and celebrating people with disabilities. So with that, I do have some specific people that I would like to thank. So first on my list, I always have to thank God, who makes everything possible and is my ultimate strength. To my family, who seriously does more than you guys could ever imagine. They truly are the best. So I want to thank them. Of course, I have to thank all of our sponsors and our contributors. I'd like to thank the late Honorable Robert J. Dole, who was actually a diamond sponsor for us this year. The Prairie Band Potawatomi Nation, who was a gold sponsor this year, and actually has supported us for 16 years. Pretty amazing, so thank you to them. Thank you also to Mid-America Bank, who has been a silver sponsor this year, and to all of our bronze sponsors, our contributors, our auction donors, so many people who have supported us, and many of those who have supported us for many, many years, continuously coming back to support us and make this possible. I want to thank the DoubleTree Hotel. We love being here. They are a fantastic host for us. This is our 5th year being here, so it was so good to be back, and we really appreciate all the DoubleTree workers. I don't know if they're listening, but if you are, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to all of our volunteers. I've always wanted this organization to be one that brings people together, all types of people. And so I want to thank our volunteers, especially our judges. Thank you, Elizabeth, Kayla, and Frank, for being here and being part of this. I hope it was a wonderful experience for you. I hope you learned a lot and gained a lot from it, and I hope that you'll stay involved with us in whatever way that you'd like to do that. And again, thank you to anyone who volunteered your time this weekend, to our presenters, our flower attendant, our escorts, just anyone who has been a part of this event and has made it possible. I just really want to thank you guys and please know that we do very much appreciate you. Next, I would like to thank our board, our event committee, and those who are in leadership positions in this organization. And I don't know this, but I would love if you guys would just real quickly come up front, please. If you're a Miss Wilshire, Kansas board member, if you're on our event committee, Rory. So just come up front real quickly, and I'd like to introduce you guys. You're such an important part of this. So I just want to say your names and introduce you guys a little bit here. You don't have to come on stage if you don't want to, but just move you right in front of the stage. Whatever you want to do is fine. This is a very dedicated board that truly believes in our mission. I want to thank you guys, all of you. You're all over the place here, but thank you for the time that you guys have put in. Thank you for your commitment to what we're doing. Tammy as well. Oh yeah, Tammy's here. Okay, I just want to make sure she was up here as well. Our event committee, who has put many hours and so much work into making this possible and coming up with ideas and just putting so many different things together to make this weekend what it's been. So I want to thank them so much. And Rory, of course, for your passion. There you are. Hi. For your passion for Little Miss. We truly appreciate you as well. So I'd like to kind of identify everyone by name real quickly. So we have Tammy Austin, who is on our event committee, Allison Merriam, who is our treasurer, Carrie Sunday, who is our vice chair, Jenny Kreitzer, who is our chairperson for Miss Wilshire, Kansas, Rory Shaver, who is our Little Miss Little Miss Wheelchair Kansas coordinator. Angel Shaver, who's a board member and has been our judge coordinator for the weekend. Miss Mackenzie Davis, who is a board member. Steve Rottinghouse, who is also a board member. Did I forget anyone? Okay. All right, so I want to thank you guys again. Can we give them a round of applause?
We are looking for more board members.
Very good. See, she's a great board member. She remembers the things that I don't. Yes, she's exactly right. Always looking for board members. So if you have an interest, we do have board applications and information on the table right as you walk in the door. So thanks for that. Okay, you guys can have a seat. Thank you for coming up. I'd also like to thank our former title holders. Many of whom are in this room today. There's so many of them. Andrea, Tiffany, Amanda, Renita is back here somewhere. We have many former title holders in the room who continue to support Renita. She's still got her wave going on back there. Many of our former title holders, all of our former title holders who continue to support what we do and are just examples out there in the community. So I'm just really grateful that you guys were able to make it today and really grateful to have you part of our sisterhood. Right. I would like to now say, let's see, who am I talking about now? Oh yeah, there we go. Leslie, that's what I'm talking about. So to Miss Leslie, well first I want to thank Jenny for getting you involved. I wouldn't have heard about you if not for Jenny. And while I don't know you that well yet, I know that Lori and I are going to definitely get to know you real well over this next year. And I can already tell that you're an awesome young lady. So I can definitely tell that. I'm so excited to work with you and your family. Thank you guys for being here as well. And I hope that this next year is full of new experiences, fun times, just as Isabel talked about, just being impacted and having a ton of fun. So I really hope that you love it, that you grow from it, and then this is a very memorable experience, a very memorable next year for you. So congratulations to you. Also, I can't see you two ladies behind me right now, but Marcy and Jenny, congratulations to you two ladies. One of you I've been talking to for a really long time, Jenny.
Would that be me?
That was you. The other one, I just got to know very, very recently, but you are equally as worthy to hold this title. In the weeks leading up to this event, I have felt you guys' excitement, and I love that. I love it when people are excited to be part of this. I hope that you have truly enjoyed this weekend, ladies. I want to thank you for putting yourselves out there. This is not easy to do. It's not easy to get on this stage and speak in front of people and put yourself on display. It's not an easy thing. So you ladies definitely deserve to be celebrated, and I'm just really thankful to welcome both of these two ladies into our Miss Wheelchair Kansas family. Good luck to both of you two. You're awesome. Okay, I'm almost done, but there's two very important people that I would like to thank and talk about a little bit. So one of them is right here in front of me, Miss Isabel. I cannot say enough about you. I think this whole room saw probably why. I just can't say enough about you. I'm so glad that you've been a part of this organization. You are one strong, determined, dynamic young lady. And you have a strength that is far beyond your years. Truly, far beyond your years. I'm so thankful to know you, to have had you as our little Miss title holder. You're a leader. You are already a leader. I remember the virtual slumber party that you had, that I got to just kind of be there and watch, and I just sat back and I was like, this girl has got leadership skills, I'm going to let her do her thing. And I was just so amazed at, 12-year-old at the time, that she's just the epitome of leadership at such a young age. And I admire that so much. I was so proud of you that night. I'm so proud of you now. Thank you for the past 2 years. Thanks for taking it on for 2 years. And thank you to your awesome family. You guys are just amazing. You're just amazing. So thank you. I love the IMIX, and I hope you guys stay involved for a really long time. So thank you to you guys. Thank you, Isabel. Okay, final person. Where is she? Is she around? There she is. Okay. All right, Miss Hillary. I'm gonna wait till she comes up here and then I'll talk about her. Ella Ramsey. Okay, Miss Hillary. So these past 2 years have been a little wild, huh? A little bit, right? But you made the most of it. I want to thank you for serving 2 years. And I really think it was meant to be. It was meant to be that way. I think about how far that you've come in the last 2 years. You did things you've never done before. You stepped out of your comfort zone. You moved into your own place. You graduated college. Can we just celebrate that? But Hillary truly lived out her platform if I haven't see it. I feel like you found your voice. I'm so proud of you. And I want to thank you for your hard work, for your flexibility in a strange year, 2 years, your positivity, your determination. I hope that this has been one of the best experiences of your life. It's been my honor to support you, and this really is only the beginning for you. I know it feels like a closing, but it's a beginning, and I'm truly excited to see what comes next for you. So with that, I would like for all of you to join me in welcoming Hillary Garrett, Miss Wilshire, Kansas 2020-2021.
Wow. 2 years ago, I began a life-changing journey when I was crowned as Miss Wilshire, Kansas 2020 and 2021. I've had a number of opportunities to share my passion of finding my voice and self-advocacy with others. And I think that this is the most important lesson I've ever learned in my life. It started at community college for me. I was on my own and alone for the first time ever. And I had to decide that I am the one who can choose to make a difference in my own life and find my voice. But I also have found that not using your voice and not finding your voice can lead to missed opportunities, like a disastrous graduation. But I've learned from that experience, and I now sit on the board of the KSU Graduation Commencement Board so that fellow graduates don't have to endure a traumatic experience, and that was a wonderful and powerful opportunity. Over the last 2 years, I've had a crazy ride, but I think my absolute favorite was Nationals. It was a virtual event, and so that was definitely different. I was a little disappointed because I didn't get to experience flying on a plane, but that's okay. It'll happen sometime. I think one of the biggest things for me was getting to meet fellow mentors. I got the pleasure of meeting Judith Heumann, and I got to hear her speak and hear her story, and being able to look up to her has been amazing. But I also have to say that one of my favorite advocates and leaders is actually sitting right behind me. If it weren't for Carrie Greenwood and her belief in me, none of this would have been what it is. She's amazing and incredible, and I will forever be grateful for her and this last 2 years. This journey wouldn't have been possible without my family, who unfortunately is not here, but they are watching live. So, hi, Mom and Dad, I love you. Thank you for your support. They traveled with me, took me to events when we could do it. They helped me learn the YouTube world so that I could create my own channel and be a part of that. But most importantly, the pandemic had just begun, so they opened their home to me and allowed me to live there for a year and a half so that I could comfortably and successfully finish this work and my degree. And I am now proud to say that I am a K-State graduate with a bachelor's in social science, and that has been an incredible experience. Thank you to Isabel for your friendship and the joy of getting to know you. It has been amazing to watch you grow over the last 2 years, and I hope that we keep in touch and support each other throughout the rest of our lives. I love you and I love your family, and I'm so glad I have the opportunity to do this. Thank you to the organization for just opening their doors and their home, because this is a home, this is a family, and I'm so glad I get to be a part of it. To the ladies behind me, both of you are amazing, and whoever wins today will be taking a leadership role and changing the world, and I can't wait to see that. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Hillary, and I actually have to kind of go off script a little bit. I actually was the judge for Hillary's year, and what a time. I mean, we keep saying how the pandemic just hit us out of nowhere. It literally hit right, not too long after she was crowned, and seeing you from, just being a judge to you coming to our board meetings and, talking about everything, being Facebook friends, you have grown so much, and it is such an honor to be able to see you grow and represent Kansas. So thank you for all that you've done. All right, well, it is finally time to announce the winner and new title holder of Miss Wheelchair Kansas 2022. Now, ladies, it doesn't matter because either way, you guys both are going to go on and do some great things if you believe in yourself and you just do yourself. So even if you don't win today, you're still going to win with your mission, your platform, and you can just keep working and keep inspiring other people. So remember that, okay? Well, the person that is announced as the new Miss Wheelchair Kansas will have the opportunity to travel throughout the state, educating the general public, business community, legislature, and others about the issues that are of importance to people with disabilities. Now, she will have the opportunity to share her platform with various community groups and will advocate for the rights of people with disabilities, and will be sure to have a positive attitude and communicate the needs, ideas, thoughts, and accomplishments of this community to the best of her ability. Now, ultimately, she will represent Kansas at the national competition in Grand Rapids, Michigan in August, where she will compete for the title of Miss Wheelchair America. So, are you guys ready to hear who is going to be the 2022 Now, the winner for the 2022 Miss Wheelchair Kansas is Miss Marcy Claire. Congratulations, Marcy. would you like to say anything?
Well, first of all, I have to thank God, because without Him, none of this, I wouldn't be here. Thank my family for all the support that they've given me. And, for once, I'm actually speechless. I talk nonstop. Thank you to everybody. This has been an awesome experience, and I really, really look forward to this next year ahead. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Marcy. Congratulations. And honestly, both congratulations for coming this far and coming up here and speaking with us and having confidence. So thank you for all that you've done tonight. All right, so you should both be very proud of your accomplishments. And again, we congratulate you all on being strong, determined women that you are. So we just want to give them a round of applause. That concludes the 2022 Miss Wheelchair Kansas crowning ceremony. Now we have a few announcements for you to part. Now, as we mentioned, there is a silent auction set up towards the side of this room, so please, please, please check it out. And there are a lot of great items over there. Now, we encourage you to go take a look. The auction will be closing in 15 minutes, so please stick around if you have a winning banner on. All right, so all proceeds, remember, of this auction will go directly to Miss Wheelchair Kansas organization. And also, we have a reception set up in the next room right over here for those of you who want to stay and mingle a little bit and obviously meet the new 2020 Miss Wheelchair Kansas representative. Now,